Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. Today I'm going to be reacting to Preacher's Daughter by ETHEL CAIN. And I've seen quite a few of you pop up and say, you need to react to ETHEL CAIN. And I've never heard of ETHEL CAIN, ever. I've never heard of her. So I was surprised to see all the kind of requests of it. I was like, oh, this is new, this is different. So I'm really looking forward to hearing it. I know there's a bit of a storyline to it. I don't know what the storyline is. Someone did offer to send me the storyline, but I kind of thought I'll look into it afterwards. But I do like to go in knowing nothing and just kind of picking up on the vibes, picking up on the story, having my own interpretation or whatever as I go. And even if it is a very strict storyline that you shouldn't really have interpretation on, I want to see if I can get some of it, see if I can get it through the lyrics, through the sound. You know, it's just fun that way. It's a bit like a little quest, so to speak. Also, I am at my boyfriend's house, so that's why it's a different space. I kind of love the lighting though, but I'm not really liking the angle. Also, this dress is a little bit too big for me, so I keep being like, trying to like tuck it in, but it doesn't really work like that. So let's just hope there's no nip slips. I don't have a safety pin, nothing. I might actually just go check if I can find one. There's no safety pin. I just tied it with like an elastic band. So yes, and basically I'm a bit of a eunuch when it comes to boobs. I just don't have boobs. So yeah, like dresses like this, even though they're nice, I have to like reorganize them. If you'd like to see this on Patron uncut, then the links will be in the description. Also, if you want to see all my videos uncut, then yeah, head over to Patreon. And live streams, next live stream's on the 8th of June, I think. Also really excited because with the money I've got from Patreon, I've just today bought myself a new ergonomic chair that will be coming soon, and I'm so excited. It's even got a footrest and everything. I'm just so excited because my back problems, so I'm just like, yes, I hope it works. I think it'll work a lot because the chair I have now like instantaneously hurts my back. But yeah, I'm so excited for that. But also, follow me on Instagram. I should follow you back. Like and subscribe and comment because I love reading your comments. But without further ado, let's get into it. I have got the lyrics up too. Also, I literally never wear my hair up, so this feels really weird. I feel like I've got like kind of, you know, street corner vibes today. And I dig it, I dig it. Okay, let's do it. First song, it's the intro, it says, and it's called Family Tree. Kind of haunting.
These crosses all over my body remind me of who I used to be. Jesus can always reject his father.
Goosebumps.
Try to wash it off.
What do I even say? There's going to be so much like just blank moments of me saying nothing with my eyes closed because I just had to like soak that in. her voice is like, it feels like a shadow. Like it literally has like this, it's got like whispers in it. It's a shadow and it's so like moody. It has a bit of Lana Del Rey to it. And it actually, when I heard her voice, it sparked a memory of someone commenting saying it's got Lana Del Rey mixed with someone else, but I can't remember who they said. Florence, maybe? I can't remember. As in what the vibes feel like. And I can definitely hear the Lana Del Rey vibe, but maybe even moodier. Like a lot more like darker. The shadow's kind of effect on her voice. If you're new here, I see textures and colours in music. So that's why I'm saying that. It's got that real like da 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 oh da. It's so moody and melancholic and kind of grunge, you know? And that just made me instantly feel emotional, like it made me want to cry a little bit from the get-go. And I love the way, like the electronic sound on it as well, that isn't strong, but it just gives it that like, you know, like whispery kind of feel to it. Obviously when that drum came in and the like that was just so nice. The way that delay was like giving me massive like trip hoppy feels and very like atmospheric, very like large kind of like open plain areas, but very dark, and like the voices like this, like, you know, all different layers. It all felt like this big traveling kind of ethereal moment, but it was dark ethereal and very powerful. Obviously there's so much more. The guitar at the end, that's it, the guitar at the end really did something to my heart, where it just felt like, oh, everything just kind of pulled back and closed in and felt very intimate and like sentimental, painful almost, like sad, but like yeah, melancholic again, like wow. I'm gonna read the lyrics. Okay, so I've read the lyrics and it's already like, wow, like it's setting the kind of scene, like these crosses all over my body remind me of who I used to be, and Christ forgive these bones I'm hiding from no one successfully. That's interesting. The crosses all over her body remind her of who she used to be, meaning she has crosses in her body, and that sounds like she used to be religious, but she isn't religious now. Jesus can always reject his father, but he cannot escape his mother's blood. I love that. I love that so much. He'll scream and try to wash it off his fingers, but he'll never escape what he's made up of. So it's basically saying, like, no matter how much you don't want to be part of your family or, you know, your parents who birthed you and so on, you know, you always will. At the end of the day, you can't really escape. Yeah, sorry, that's a bit better, isn't it? I think. But you can't really escape, you know, yeah, your blood, your family, yeah. Then it says, the fate's already fucked me sideways, swinging by my neck from the family tree. He'll laugh and say, you know, I raised you better than this, and leave me hanging so they can all laugh at me. That's mad. It's like a metaphoric, I imagine. Like, it just feels like being rejected or like, and uncared about. Like, they want to go do something, maybe if that's like not be religious anymore, or not want to, you know, want to go and do a different type of lifestyle, and the families are saying, well, they're rejecting them and they don't care what happens to them, and they're saying, you know what, they'll all be laughing at you, and just being quite horrible, I guess. But I'll read what it says here as well. Family Tree sets the stage for the 76-minute epic that is Preacher's Daughter. Over 13 tracks, we learn the story of Ethel Cain. Set in 1991, okay. The album details the character's troubled relationship with religion and her old flame, her father, the preacher and beloved member of the community, even 10 years after his death, and her eventual kidnapping and murder. Okay, so I'm kind of being told something here. But I guess I can't really avoid it. That's interesting. Okay. I wonder how it's going to lead to kidnapping and so on. I don't know. Okay, so it's based on like a true story? Right, anyway, let's go to the next one. American Teenager. I'm just so excited to get into it, so yeah. You know what? I might try it and not, unless it's really important, I might try and not pause, because that moment just then where I didn't pause, like that type of song, I really felt it, and you know, I thought, should I pause? And I thought, I actually can't. So if all the songs kind of have a feeling like that, I might not, unless there's something I really want to point out, which I probably will. I actually liked it up a bit, because otherwise I'm going to be self-conscious about my, I don't know, my flaps, my rolls. Yeah, but anyway, let's do it. American Teenager. Felt a bit like Caroline Polachek then. Yeah, I am going to pause it, because that's really different to the first one. This one has a bit more of like a ethereal rock sound to it. I love the way where her vocals are placed. Very like straightforward and dry at the front, but then you got like the extreme kind of reverb, like space kind of reverb behind it, that's kind of soft. It's not like overpowering, it's kind of like wispy into the mix, which I really like. Also, we didn't notice this so much in the first song, but she's got a very Caroline Polachek type voice, very yodely, very like it flips into falsetto, flips easily, and you know, very like Shakira in that way. I forgot her name, but the lead singer of the Zombie, the Cranberries. Sorry, you know, she's got one of those and maybe a little bit of Enya in there as well. Yeah, wow. Okay, that's really cool. It's got like an 80s feeling here. A bit of Avril Lavigne as well. Super like epic, definitely. I'd have to say though, like I didn't like super love that song. I think the thing that captivated me the most was the vocals. The vocals are very like yeah, like I said, captivating. The, you know, the 80s drum and the rocky sound was maybe a little bit generic, maybe, you know, it wasn't like unlike something I've heard before. I think it was great to catch that kind of theme. I could see very much like nighttime and like parties, but like more like you know, house lights coming through the window on like a dark street, very American in that way. Like neighborhood, sort of American neighborhood lights and like street lights and streets like that. And I like the diddly diddly diddly, like little like trancey kind of synths were cool, because they were like little like specks or sparks of like blue and stuff. But I feel like the actual song was maybe, yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't like feel it on a level, but that's because the first song I felt very deeply. So that's interesting. It's a very interesting change up. And I suppose it makes sense because it's like telling a story. You want to fit like an emotion, a time, a feeling, you know, a moment. So yeah, I'm gonna look into the lyrics now though. Oh yeah, I just realized the song is called American Teenager. And like, that's kind of what I thought, teenage parties going out on, yeah, like it's a teenage vibe to the song itself actually. And I guess they said that she died in 1991, was it? So if she was a teenager, I don't know how old she was when she died, but maybe it was the 80s. And that's why it had an 80s feeling to it. Okay, yeah, so read through the lyrics and it's very much like, yeah, like a grew up under the yellow light on the street, which is, I must have heard that because, you know, I just told you I could see street lights. So I must have caught that and then ran with it, but I don't remember hearing that line, but subconsciously I must have. Anyway, putting too much faith in the make-believe and another high school football team. The neighbour's brother came home in a box, but he wanted to go, so maybe it was his fault. Another red heart taken by the American dream. That's interesting. The neighbour's brother came home in a box, like he died. Like, you know, did he die? And then they said he wanted to go, as if to be like it was his decision to die, sort of thing. Not entirely sure. Also, it's a very kind of like teenage thought to have, like, well, he wanted to die, so it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, I know it sounds very dark, but it's kind of like a young thought to have. It says here, Ethel reflects on the death of her neighbour's brother, a soldier who died overseas and whose body was sent home. While she suggests that the brother is responsible for his fate as he joined the army at his own will, Ethel empathises with him as she realises that his decision was made in an honourable pursuit of the American dream. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. You know, it's like, well, you chose to go to war, so, you know, it's kind of your fault. But then when you kind of look at it from a different point of view, you go, but it's all because you were in the pursuit of the American dream to be a great American, and that's kind of sad. Yeah, cool. I am just going to read what it says here as well. I'm not going to go through all the lyrics because that'll take forever. Okay. In a statement with Pitchfork, she said... So Ethel, aka Hayden Anadonia. Growing up, I was surrounded by visions of NASCAR, rock and roll, and being the one who could change everything, Cain said in a statement. They make you think it's all achievable and that if nothing else, you should at least die trying. What they don't tell you is that you need your neighbour more than your country needs you. I wrote the song as an expression of my frustration with all the things the American teenager is supposed to be but never had a real chance of becoming. Yeah, that's very powerful actually, isn't it? Like all the things in school where you're told, you know, you're working hard, you're doing all these things to be, you know, become something one day. But as we all know, that doesn't necessarily all end up happening. It's like a dream that can be sold to us and it's only a very small percentage that end up making it, you know, in this world. That sounds awful, but I don't mean life and death. I mean like making it to their dreams coming true. I obviously, you know, urge you all to have your, you know, fight for your dreams to come true. But yeah, I totally get that though. Nice. I feel really bad if like some people might really love this song and I guess it just wasn't my vibe after the first song. But I love her voice though, like it's actually incredible. But I'm looking forward to get to the next one, so that's what I'm gonna do. A House in Nebraska. Damn, that's like aggressive. That is so like, yeah, brutal.
Labored breaths and bed sores, when the aching sound of silence used to be your favorite song. You and me against the world. You were my man and I your girl.
So simple.
And I still call home that house in Nebraska. Each other on a dirty mattress on the second floor.
Gives me so much chills, her voice.
Tonight that I die yours.
Wow.
These dirt roads are empty.
Time has passed.
Mama calls me sometimes.
Yeah.
I lie to her and say that I'm doing fine. To hold you one more time. I'm the reason you won't come home. But that house
Yes.
in Nebraska.
way to it. It's like being rocked like a baby.
I just pray that you're alright. I feel so alone, and I feel so alone out here.
Wow, that vocal.
I feel so alone. I feel so alone out here. Here without you, baby.
Oh, okay. Okay, like that's like such a little ballad, you know. I did actually follow the words on that one, so I'm not gonna like fully go into them after, but it was heartbreaking to say the least. She loves this person and they don't love her anymore, you know, or maybe they never did, but well, they did because they said, you know, he was all like, I would, you know, even if he told me we died tonight, that I'd die yours, and you know, happy times. And then she's going on about how she misses him, but she's the reason that he won't come home, basically. And that one really broke me, that little bit. I was like, oh God, no, that hurts so much. I'm going to read what it says here, though. Ethel thinks of her ex-lover, Willoughby Tucker, who left town before the events of the album. She remembers the good times they shared and longs for him to come back home. She visits the abandoned house they would spend time in, imagining it was their own, somewhere far away from their hometown of Shady Grove, Alabama. Wow, yeah, because also when, you know, it said about the old mattress and so on like that, I was like, where are they? Are they some sort of squat, some sort of, you know, abandoned house? Where are they? Like yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. Oh, how sad. Oh, okay, right, let's carry on with the story. Western Nights. I like that. I do like the combo with the guitar and the piano. You know, in that last one with the aggressive keys, it sounded like an aggressive like guitar and piano together, you know, in unison, just hitting with a hard attack. And now we've got like a more of a gliding piano and guitar next to each other, but both tones are very like golden brown, which is very interesting. It gives it a very like kind of retro, warm feeling. That already feels like Lana. Definitely like the lyrics and stuff. That's an interesting line. I watched him show his love through shades of black and blue, and what do we relate black and blue to? Bruises. So it sounds like, you know, I watched him show his love through bruises. Like, was he abusive? And then, well, the next line actually says, starting fights at the bar across the street like you do. So maybe, you know, fighting with people, like he loves to fight sort of thing. Not sure. Oh, actually it sounds kind of bad. It's actually crazy how Lana this song is. This song, like out of all of them, has been the most Lana so far. The lyrics, She also pronounces her words like Lana does, which is interesting. I know she's her own unique thing, don't worry. I'm not trying to be like all comparative, like being like, oh, it's just like it. I'm not. I'm saying it's influenced, and I'm not going to complain because I love Lana Del Rey. So why would I ever complain? But this is like, again, kind of sad. Sounds a little bit toxic too. Trouble's always going to find you, baby, but so will I. Crying only because I'm happy, hold me across every state line. I'm never going to leave you, baby, even if you lose what's left of your mind. It seems a bit of a dangerous love, really. But, and also with the sound, again, the vocal, the kind of melancholic, it's almost there's a danger in it with the dum, dum, dum. There's a bit of like lostness as well, because like the production is actually kind of sparse in places, making you feel a bit like you're floating, like you're lost. Yeah, nothing's holding you. Yeah, very lost with all the reverb as well, just like, wow.
Spoken to my daddy in a long, long time. Always wondering if I'm alright. The neighborhood keeps getting smaller and smaller.
The neighborhood keeps, but the neighborhood keeps getting smaller. Neighborhood. Oh, the way she could just shift her, you know, her little flips and like the falsetto-y into chest voice. You know, she does it with such elegance. I love it when she's, you know, some of the other songs where she starts a line like a very like, hi. I can't even do it. I literally can't do it. As for you, I don't know, but she's just got one of those voices that just sit on the brink, that where it could just go into like this, like just so easily. I love it. I love it. It's mad that some people just have that voice. You know, we all have different voices, but some do just sit on different timbres and lines, and I don't know. It's interesting. Like mine's more on the nasally line. Like I'm more like, hey, yeah. That's just kind of what I sound like. Whereas some people do have more of a, oh, you know, it's just all different, but I don't know. I just find it crazy.
Left are your walls and you'll die there.
Die there.
And only because I'm happy. Hold me, I'm never gonna leave you, baby. Behind you.
I just can't help. I just want to like, oh. Yeah, it's funny. I just want to like pick apart her voice so much, but that'll take me forever. But I do. I just want to get into like every little bit, and like, you know, I always find that resembling sounds, resembling voices helps me process them. That's why I often like try and do it after. And it doesn't just go to singing. I try and do, well, you've heard me millions of times trying to, if you've seen my videos, trying to replicate sounds of drums, synths, and so on. I do it because I don't know why. It's just the way I process. But yeah, so if you see me trying to do a little bit at the end of when she's done something and they sound bad, just know I'm trying to just program it.
Stations trailing down the interstate. Okay.
Crazy. All right, when I read what it says about the song, it says, Western Nights tells the story of Ethel and her new man, Logan Phelps. Logan is less than kind, at times violent, but Ethel finds herself hopelessly in love with him despite his faults. That's exactly how it came across. And yeah, felt that kind of lost feeling of she's with someone who is horrible to her, but she loves him. She's blindly in love with him. Wow. Oh, kind of painful to hear, actually. It was so, if you could really feel like them driving on this road, and he's kind of like aggressive and like violently drinking and driving, and she's kind of looking out this window just like she's in it. She's almost like, I can always see her like drugged up in like this kind of haze, but really it's just love, you know, love drunk. And she's like, it doesn't matter what he does, she's just like, she's in love with him. She's obsessed. It's toxic. It's dangerous. Whew, heavy. Know what it's like, you know. Right, anyway, next song is called Family Tree. We had Family Tree intro, now it's just Family Tree. 7 minutes. All right, hit me.
These crosses all over my body.
Okay.
Give myself up to him an offering. Let him make a woman out of me.
Wow. Let him make a woman out of me. Sounds a little bit dark.
But I'm not above violence.
That's sad.
My mama raised me better than that. And the preacher talks.
The preacher being her dad.
Demands his silence. And don't look back. Take me down to the river. Bathe me clean.
Wow. Ooh, that bell. Absolutely love it. That vocal layering is just mad. It's like loads of synths. I love that guitar. That oscillating, modulating, glistening sound. Yes. Does have a little bit of swing in it. Yeah. Yes. Just this randomly coming out. Oh. That's what I'm about. That is such a slow, sexy, dark vibe. painful and hot all in one. Why do I like that? Why do I like the sexy yet painful sound? It sounds a bit dark, really, doesn't it? Maybe I'm just sort of a sadist. But, or is it masochistic? Maybe both. Okay, so, you know, the sounds were kind of, you know, it was definitely a sad, you know, and angry. Definitely angry. I've killed before and I'll kill again. Take the noose off, wrap it tight round my hand. They say heaven hath no fury like a woman scorned and baby held it scare me. I've been times before. There's some anger and venom. It says here, after the death of her boyfriend Logan in a police shootout following a bank robbery, Ethel finds herself on the run from the cops. Wow. I can imagine that was very slow, sexy running. But now that's cool. I love how it went back to like the, you know, these crosses all over my body remind me of who I used to be. Tying it back in like a motif. Literally like a motif. That's so cool. Next song is called Hard Times. Beautiful voice. Also, I really respected like the different layers of vocals she used in the song before. Sorry, going back to it again. But she started on that like that tone that she had in the first song. Then she went even lower. A very gave it that real like dark feeling to it. Angry too. And then obviously just came out of like huge belting moments and like went crazy with runs, falsetto flipping. She's got an incredible voice. Wow. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
About how it ends, where you're still the good guy. I'll make pretend. Good guys get to be happy. I'm not happy.
The reverb again.
I am a little girl who needs her daddy real bad.
Oh, that's so sad.
In the corner on my birthday, you watched me. I was too young to notice, and that some types of love could be bad. Praying on you and all of the things that you do, and that scares me. Still tied to me, too tired to leave.
That's gorgeous.
Still tied to me.
Too tired to leave. That's super dreamy at the end, actually, you know, and she is literally saying, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. And so, like, literally, as it just kind of like, again, one of those songs that kind of rocks you, you kind of feel like just kind of like this lullaby effect to it. But what she's saying is kind of sad, actually, like, I'm too tired in like a bad way. Like, I just, you know, I've been worn down, so I can't do anything about any of this, you know? So it's interesting because it does seem dreamy, but actually it's sad. But I love what she said, like, I was too young to know that some types of love could be bad. I was like, oh my God, that's really heavy. That's really heavy. Especially like, you know, for me personally, I did that in my own personal way as a, you know, victim of childhood SA and so on. I, you know, with my perpetrator, I loved him. Like, I loved him. Like, I thought it was love, if you know what I mean, because I was groomed. And then it took me a long time to realise that that's not what love is meant to be like. So that line hit me on a personal level, or, you know, maybe different to what she's trying to say it as, but I get it though. I get it. And when she goes doing all the things that you do and I still do, and that scares me. Like that's also something that you find with parents in general. Like when you grow up, you say, you know, I don't want to do what they do, I don't want to be like that, and then you find yourself doing slight little things that they do and going, I never thought I would be like that, you know. Or yeah, it's weird, but yeah, nice song. Made me tired though, but I felt like that came really nicely after Family Tree, because Family Tree was such a banger. And then that one just felt like a little bit of like a time to rest, but it did make me super freaking sleepy. Anyway, next one is called Thoroughfare. Sorry about that. Oh, I'll just quickly read what it says here though. Closing out Act 1 of the album, Hard Times sees Ethel reflecting on the SA she endured from her father when she was a child, and the complicated feelings she has in regards to him. Oh, so it was to do with that. Oh, that's weird. Like, I literally was saying it because I related to the sound and relate to the words on my own personal level, but I didn't know she'd gone through that with her father. I knew he was like not very nice, but through the songs before, but I didn't know he did that. That's awful. That makes me feel really sad. Oh no. Well, it made sense to me, so I guess she really wrote that quite well. How sad is that? I get it, I really do. Whew, okay. Heavy. I don't feel so sleepy when I hear it now. No, anyway, let's do it. Thoroughfare. Ooh, it's nice. Bling. Got like a country feel. Been 2 years since I let you go. I couldn't listen to a joke or rock and roll. Just gave me you and I, Lady Gaga feelings for a second there.
In love with America.
Yeah.
When you were 12 years old.
Nice.
You had to get out and go chasing it, sweet call.
Sweet call. Ooh, I love that.
I met you there in Texas somewhere on the Thoroughfare.
Wow, she's got a perfect voice for this.
I
Perfect.
don't trust no one, but you said, baby, don't run. I'll take you anywhere.
Ooh.
And you said, hey, and do you wanna see the West with me?
Giving him a masculine voice. Not that she sounds masculine, but you know.
But honey, love's never meant much to me.
Yeah, so I thought she went deeper to give it more of a masculine touch, but actually it was just more of like I felt like it actually became more of an intimate, direct feeling, like, do you want to see the West with me? It's changing like the speech into questions. If you know, like, this is what they said, therefore I'm going to change my voice for the character. Yeah, it kind of like defines when it's someone speaking. It's good storytelling through singing, basically. And I really liked it, and I love it when she goes deep with her voice. Hey. It sounds like deeper than when I do it. It's weird, just the tone.
But I'll come with you if you're sure it's what you need.
I love this one, by the way. Love it.
Off for California to find your lover. Driving day, I started to see you differently. Oh,
Wow.
just for a man who wasn't angry, and he said it's been a long damn time since I left Florida.
The drum.
And we found heaven and time with your western sunshine.
That harmony.
Deep southern west. Said, hey, do you wanna see the West with me?
Oh my god. Kind of psychedelic in a way here.
Once we reached the coast, you said, end of the line. I didn't find my love, but I still made it this far without it.
Amazing.
And you turned to me instead, and to me deep, and said, well, maybe not, 'cause look at what I've got, baby. I doubt it. And you said, hey, love's out there, and I can't let it be what you need.
Oh, come on. The guitar solos just get me. Wow. Oh. Yes. Jamming. Back porch kind of vibe here. Swamp music. Come on. That delay on her voice makes it trippy. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that type of vibrato. Oh my god, I'm so glad that they've got this in the song. An absolute, another bloody banger. A freaking flamethrower. I love songs like that. I love the country aspect, bluesy aspects, the kind of back porch kind of feeling, swampy sound. Like, you know, it felt like you're literally down in the, you know, in like a wooden cabin, and like there's like flies flying around, and you got long grass, and oh, it's absolutely freaking awesome. Loved it. And a little bit at the end, that little like improv kind of like a jam bit. Totally sink into it. It's gorgeous. Wow. 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 I freaking love it. I loved it. It says here, Act 2 of the album begins with Thoroughfare. Ethel, having run away from home, meets charming Isaiah, who offers her a ride. Together, they drive from Texas to California. Over the course of their trip, they find themselves attracted to each other. Yeah, I loved it. I loved all the storyline. That was so cool. Next song is called Gibson Girl, as in Gibson Les Paul. Because if there's some more guitar, you know, situations, good old Gibson Les Paul, solo-y, warm, you know, toasty, sexy guitar, then I'm down. Yeah. Wow, that's different.
Leather and dark glasses, pour it another while I shake my ass. Addicted to the drugs, he's in love with my body, that's why he's fucking that up. Oh, feels good, then it can't be bad. Downright iconic, that only you can have. You wanna fuck me right now?
Oh my god, give me a bit of The Weeknd. The vulnerable vocal. Oh my god. iconic. Crazy. That one was, yeah, like, yeah. I'm just gonna read. After Ethel arrives in California with Isaiah, he begins to pimp her out on the back of strip clubs and feed her drugs on the regular. I said I looked like a, you know, street corner girl here today, and I guess it's kind of fitting now. But anyway, Ethel begins to lose her sense of reality. The title refers to Charles Dana Gibson, and the women he famously drew, often considered the pinnacle of American beauty standards. Oh, interesting. That's cool. So nothing to do with a Les Paul guitar, but there was some damn good guitar in there, so, you know. Oh, yeah, I knew that one was dark. You know, the lyrics said it all, the feeling said it all. It also had more of that, like, electronic sound to it in places, giving it that kind of guest strip club vibe, you know, because like in a strip club you'd have more like electronic dancey music in there, you know, to move to, and this had it. It definitely gave me Gods and Monsters by Lana Del Rey. It also gave me a little bit of Madonna in a weird way, like a slight bits on the vocal, kind of layering the vocal electronic sound of the vocal gave me a bit of Madonna for sure. What could I say? I'm going mad on this one. I'm going mad. I'm like flying around. I've got this big sofa, so I'm more like, woo! Yeah, I'm just like, when I get into it, I get into it. And when it's a song like that I know I can get into, I'm not fucking holding back. I'm not going to do that. I don't care what I look like when I'm editing. If I look at myself like, what the hell? Because when you're being authentic, it's like not cringy, if you know what I mean. If I'm just being real and I'm feeling it and I'm kind of just like this, whatever, and I don't look that pretty, I look kind of fucking ugly and fucked up, and I'm just in the moment, but like you could see it's real and authentic, that's fucking beautiful. So that's why I do it. That's why I get in there, because it would be a lie for me to sit here and just go, like that's, if it hits me in that way and I'm just doing that, I'm literally like depriving myself of feeling it to the utmost degree. And this is one to feel. This is such a sad story though, so far. Well, obviously, you know, but you know, yeah, wow. Isaiah didn't seem to be all that wonderful in the end. Okay, anyway, next song is called, oh God, Ptolemaea. Yeah, you know the one. That's scary. Like a groan. Oh my gosh. Even more disturbing with those liquid sounds, makes you think it's like true tubes of blood. Dark. You know that sound, that was like, pretty sure that was in one of the earlier songs. Maybe it was Family Tree or House in Nebraska. But one of them, it had that sound was in one of the songs, but it was really, really subtle. And I was going to mention it sounding like a bit like Swarm of Bees, but I forgot to mention it. But now it's back and stronger, and I wonder if, like, before when it was playing, it was almost foreshadowing this moment. That'd be really interesting. And I knew, like, when I wanted to mention it before, I thought it might have some significance, so I should mention it, but I forgot. I wish I didn't, but I'm telling you now. demonic. Wow, that is really, again, another like, wow, just moments in that felt like, I don't know how to explain it, if I'm honest. I just felt like I kind of almost came out my body for a moment listening to that, you know. I felt like a moment of just real like, I don't know, I guess I lost my bearings, lost my where I was, and just was really in the song. It's a very powerful song that is so tortured, and it was demonic, and you know, that demon voice kept making me think of like, you know, like an addiction demon, guilt, shame, pain, hatred, the bad, you know, the devil on your shoulder. That's what it gave me when hearing that demonic voice. It was interesting. I'm going to read what it says it's about. It just says here, under the influence of Isaiah's drugs, Ethel begins to hallucinate. She confronts the darkness. Interesting. So for me, it felt like, you know, I thought about it being like a drug thing. And like the suffer does the wolf, you know, and then like mourning little lamb, like she's the lamb. And it says something about what fear a man like you brings upon a woman like me, you know, like maybe about her dad again, or, you know, I also thought about like, you know, she was kidnapped, but I don't know if we're there yet, but I thought about her like already being kidnapped at this point. It just kind of went through my mind a little bit with some things, but again, it might be some foreshadowing. But no, the drug thing makes a lot of sense. I really sensed that from the beginning, but then it started mixing with thoughts of her being kidnapped, because obviously like the screaming and stuff like that, it sounded like something dangerous was happening, but obviously hallucination can be terrifying. So that one was definitely a powerful one. I'm kind of like, whoa. Yeah, I really felt there was a moment where I had so much shivers that when like I held my breath and I had so much shivers, and I was like moving through the sound, and it literally felt like I was just like kind of coming out of my body. It was mad. I know it sounds really bizarre, but I am quite dramatic, so. But wow, okay. Next song is called August Underground. Ooh, okay, 3:40 instrumental. I love a good instrumental. Sorry, my thumb is like sticking to the leather sofa. Ooh, scary. Sounds like a gunshot. Okay, so it's led into televangelism. Televangelism. Wow, the August Underground was interesting. It felt like she was in like this weird like haze. Like she was like, you know, before it's like this big drug hallucination thing, but this felt like this weird like being dosed, like overdose. That's it, overdose. And it felt like, ooh, like this weird like, yeah, something dark like that. But wow, sounded amazing. Anyway, let's do it. Televangelism. Another instrumental actually. Crazy. Peaceful. Wow. That is crazy. Feels like, I don't know, like death. So weird, there's a cloud that's just formed in the sky that literally looks like a halo and two birds flying together. And this makes me think of death in a beautiful way. Ooh, but the tuning sounds. The way it tunes, making it feel a little bit dark. Oh, that's chilling. I don't like that. It makes sense, but you know, it's not a nice feeling. What I realised is, like, you know, the instrumental just now, I didn't actually look at what was said about it. And it says, Ethel desperately tries to escape Isaiah, who chases her into the woods. He eventually catches her, murdering her. The title is a reference to the infamous snuff film of the same name. Crazy. There was a snuff film of the same name. How awful is that? So I'm guessing now that really she, like, Isaiah kind of kidnapped her when, in a weird way, it sounded like she wanted to go with him at first, though, the whole, like, going to California. But because he kind of started pimping her out and doing the drugs thing and whatever, stuff like that, it turned out that he wasn't as she thought he'd be. But I thought it was like they fell in love. You know, I thought it sounded all nice at first, but I guess that kind of, through her eyes, that's what it looked like. That's what it seemed like, that he loved her, he wanted her, and like, but really there was another agenda. So he is the one that kidnapped her and then, yeah, murdered her. How horrible. I'll just quickly see what the Televangelism one was about. Ethel's death and ascension to heaven is portrayed through piano and ambient noise. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. And guess what? That halo that I saw in the sky, gone. The cloud that looked like a halo. It was literally like a perfect ring. And it wasn't like huge. It was like normal clouds and like a little ring below. And now it's just gone. How weird. Okay. But no, that's really sad. But the way it did tuned made it seem like off, because it's like, yeah, you know, she's ascending into heaven, but he did murder her. It wasn't a nice way to go. All right. Now we've got some Bleached Flies. Sad. Naughty Isaiah. More than naughty, but you know.
Sun bleached flies sitting in the window sill. They talk all about their money and how breathing in the poison of the pain. What I wouldn't give to be in church this Sunday. God loves you, but not enough to save you.
That's interesting. Wow, I liked how, like, when she did the choir bit, it was like, God loves you, but like all the choir sounded like electronic, almost making it sound like fake, you know, sort of like a mask, like not like as heartfelt and beautiful as you'd think it's like actually a lot more manufactured and so on.
'Cause that's how my daddy raised me. Hit him twice as hard. And if I bend under the weight that they gave me.
Wow. Wow. Such powerful drums.
But I still feel like they're no.
That is so Caroline Polachek.
And I spend my life thought I tried. My daddy raised me. If they strike once, then you just hit 'em twice as hard. Oh man, just save me, so I just pray and pray and pray. If it's meant to be, then it will be. Singing if it's meant to be, then it will be. Praying for that house in Nebraska.
Oh man.
By the
That's sad.
dancing with the windows open, I can't let go, and it's all I want now.
That's so sad. It's like she's singing this like after death and still singing about that, you know, that guy that she loved all that time ago. Oh. Like, I kind of like the song, but I didn't love the song, but I also think I'm like, I've been sat here for 2 hours now. I'm really hungry. The light is giving me a headache and it's like making me really tired. So I think what I'm going to do before I get the last song is just eat a banana. I'm just going to have a quick banana just because I don't like this energy. I feel like I'm literally drained. So that song didn't like hit me, like, and it might have hit me more if I like had more energy. Well, the end of the song really made me sad, and obviously I loved the whole like meaning of it, but the actual sound was a little bit like, it was just a bit like, you know, I don't know. I just made me more tired. Literally, I can't stop yawning. So yeah, I'm just gonna get a banana. Potassium. Okay, I'm back. One banana down. I feel like a banana can go a long way. But yeah, okay, let's do it then. Last song. Oh, actually, I need to read what that one was about. Obviously, I said it felt like she was singing from beyond the grave almost, and singing about someone, the person who she loved, who she never made it with, you know. But anyway, it says here, in heaven, Ethel makes peace with her death and reflects on her life, her family, and the man she never stopped loving, Willoughby. Oh, yes, she's talking about him. But she's like reflecting on it. It's kind of sad. Very painful life, if I'm honest. It's all a bit sad. But it's so good though, the whole album. Right, anyway, let's do it. Last song, Strangers. Looks like it's all like produced by Ethel as well, which is amazing.
In your basement I grow cold. Don't talk to strangers or you might fall in love.
Wow.
How funny, I never considered myself tough. I tried to be good, am I no good? Am I no good? A Polaroid and evidence.
That is sad.
I just wanted to be your. If I'm turning in your stomach and I'm making you feel sick.
It sounds like, you know, this is her being dead, like in the basement floor. And she's like, you're so handsome walking over to me now. I tried to be good and mine are good, but my memory restricted to a Polaroid in evidence, like just a Polaroid picture of her dead. that's her memory. That is just so fucking sad. And like, just like, can I be yours? I just wanted to be yours. And it's like, she's just felt that her whole life. She wanted it from her dad. She wanted it from basically every man she ever met, and never felt like, you know, she was anyone's. And it inevitably got her killed. This desperate need to be just loved by a man, but she kept going for people who were no good. And that can easily happen when you've gone through what she had as a child. You do end up in this kind of domino effect of bad relationships, and it's not always that way. It's not that you can't break free of that, but in her case it is that way, and it's actually really fucking really sad.
When my mother sees me on the side of a milk carton and when Dixie's dairy out.
Sorry, I pressed play, but I clicked on if I'm turning in your stomach and making you feel sick. I clicked on that line because I was like a bit confused about it. But it looks like, did he eat her? Did he eat her? It says here, Ethel doesn't have a grave to turn in. She is in Isaiah's stomach, which is her grave. The phrase turning in their grave is usually meant to mean that a past person would disapprove of something, yeah. Ethel hates that she will never see her mother again, and how sick she will feel not knowing what happened to her daughter after she ran away. There is also the physical meaning, as Isaiah has a food poisoning from Ethel's body, causing the feeling of her turning in his stomach and making him feel ill. She finds humour in the fact that she is getting revenge from the afterlife. That's interesting. But yeah, so does the story go that like he ate her? I also thought that when she said, how funny, I never considered myself tough. When she said that, I thought that too, and I imagined about her like meat, like her flesh being tough because of all the other bits before it. You devour like smoked bovine hide. Yeah, so I already thought, and freezer bride as well, like she's been put in a freezer. Yeah, I think he ate her. Damn, this just got darker.
We'll make love in the red light.
Oh my god.
You're so handsome when I'm all over you.
Yeah, very sexy. Okay. Oh my. Wow, the vocal. Wow.
Want you just to tell you that I made it real far, and that I never blamed you for loving me the way you did. Got it too hard, you'll never sleep a wink at night again. Don't worry about me and these green eyes, mama, just know that I love you. I'll see you when you get here.
Oh, that's really sad. That's really sad. Says murdered and cannibalized by Isaiah. Ethel says her final goodbye to her mother from beyond the grave. I did not know Isaiah was that crazy. I thought he was just like a pimp. He was a bit of an arsehole, not a cannibal. Why does he have to be a cannibal? It literally, it's horrible. But like, and so sad because, you know, what I did find very intelligent and interesting though is like, with cannibalism, people like Jeffrey Dahmer, and there's been cases in the sense of like, they will eat their victims because they actually have like a very like colossal kind of loneliness that lives in them, like a hole of loneliness. So to eat their victim, to feel that sense of being not alone, like being filled up with someone that can't abandon them. And so in some weird way, when Isaiah chased her down in the woods and murdered her and then ate her, it's like that feeling of, you know, he was like, almost didn't want to kill her, but he didn't want her to run away. He didn't want her to abandon him. So when he killed her, he ate her to be like, now you can never abandon me. Like that sort of thing. But it makes me so sad when you get that really cool song, you know, like the country kind of one. I can't remember what it was called, but when, you know, he's going out to California to find love and then finds out she's the one that he loves or whatever. But it seems so innocent, and I guess it seemed innocent to her too, and maybe it was just a ruse. It was just a lie. Well, it was. He pimped her out, but like that's so sad. And like in the songs before, she clearly didn't have the best life growing up. It's just hard. It's a heavy, painful story, but she still loved her mother throughout it. Oh God, it makes me sad. Oh, what do I do? Yeah, please do like send me details about it. I know I could look into it, but I do like hearing from you. If you see one comment saying loads of things, you don't have to write the same thing. Just say, you can add bits, but like I don't want to see like loads of the same comment. But yeah, I am interested to hear stuff. So go ahead and tell me, DM me, whatever you want to do on Instagram, or because I'm interested. But yeah, God, that's really hard. Is it a true story? Is it not? I think it might be. I mean, it's not an untrue story. These things do happen. But yeah, gosh. Anyway, time to come back to the real world. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my reaction. That was an insane album. There was moments where I found myself feeling a bit like tired, but that's because of like how long we've been going. But also there was a moment near the start, wasn't there, that I didn't like one of the songs. And there was a moment, yeah, there was like little moments where I was like, meh. But then there was moments that I felt more like extreme than ever. Like I felt it on a level that I don't feel all the songs from different albums. Do you know what I mean? Like that, it was such a weird like mix of that was fucking incredible too. That was okay, but the story the whole while and the way it was done was just all perfection. Like I really, really love that. Wow. Really clever, really cool to do a concept sort of thing like that. Dark, sad, scary. It's like it's got like everything to it. It's like actually that's what I wanted to mention before we go, if you're still here. I watched the movie Tale of Two Sisters last night, and I seen it years ago. It's a Korean movie, and that one, it's very psychological, got a bit of a Sixth Sense feel to it, but that one had like plot twist, then plot twist, you know, and I felt like this album had that, because it's like, oh, plot twist, he kills her, then it's like plot twist, he eats her, you know, like the kind of added little bits where you go, oh, and in the film Tale of Two Sisters, that's exactly what happens in that film too, where it's like, oh, you know, you get like little more, yeah, plot twists, and it's like, oh, that's crazy. So yeah, I recommend watching that. But it is a bit dark. It is definitely dark, but good. I like it. Anyway, yeah. I'm so tired. Okay, I shall see you next time. Bye.